Hi guys, welcome to Teacher Mabid. On this channel, I share everything about homeschooling, motherhood, and everything else. And today, I plan on showing and sharing with you guys some of the math games that we have to kind of get our kids doing some math and so instead of doing drills and stuff, we do a little bit of math practice, but at the same time, this is meant to be like a fun way of incorporating math into their everyday game time and stuff, and just to get them, you know, practicing their math skills and just making it fun for them. So some of the ones I want to share first are this set right here. This is the Clumsy Thief set, and they're for different age groups. This one is 4+, this one I think is 8+, and this one is 8+ as well. They're 2 to 6. I want to say 2 to 6 game, 2 to 6 players. There is a this one right here is just 1 to 10, so addition 1 to 10. You know, basically you got to make pairs, and this guy right here, the little raccoon, I want to say, and the little trap card, playing into the game in different ways to kind of make the game a little more interesting. And then this one right here is the Clumsy Thief in the candy shop, and this is addition up to 20. So it gets slightly more advanced, and this one is addition up to 25, and there's money involved. So there's the currency is money, and here it's more of like the candy, number of candies. What I really like about this game is for younger players, it has really nice illustrations that actually shows you the amount of each number. So even if the kids can't really, you know, they can't really add or subtract very quickly, they can see the number of things on there, and that helps them with the addition and subtraction of things. So I really like these set of games. They're card games, and they're really fun to play, and my kids really like playing with them. Especially this was like a good favorite for a really long time. And then once we advanced to 20, the other one has been this is slightly more challenging because it's up to 100. So you've got some 5s in there too. So I would, yeah, like it says, definitely it says 8+, but I'd give it like 7+, 6+ maybe. So there's that. And then there's this other game called Check the Fridge. It's a game of bluffing. You basically collect food that adds up to 25. Same kind of category as Clumsy Thief, but slightly different. Same, I think it's the same company. Yeah, Melon Rind. It's the same company. And it's just a fun way of, you know, including some food into your addition, subtraction, and making it fun. So this one is called Check the Fridge. And then I want to do some board games here. We have Math Bingo and Some Swamp. Some Swamp is a board game. I would say maybe about 15-20 minutes long. It doesn't take longer than that to play with it. It's a nice short loop. There is an endless loop. It does go over evens and odds in there with the kids. So the way it works is that you roll it, and you basically add, subtract as you go along. And then when you get to these special blocks, you do whatever they ask you to do. You have to get like an even number in order to cross this one or something like that. But there's Some Swamp. And then their Math Bingo is very simple, but it's just a beautiful, very well illustrated board with the cards and stuff. And so we really like this game too. Some of the other ones are, this one right here is called Moby, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people know about this game, but it's basically a tile game. So if you know what bananagrams are, this is just a math version of the bananagrams. And I'll just kind of show you guys what it looks like. So here are the tiles. Here are the tiles, and you basically have to create some kind of a grid with the addition, subtraction, multiplication, or I think there's multiplication in here, but you can do that. You can do what you need to do and take out what tiles you want to take out. Yeah, there is a multiplication and division, but we tend to not do division because we're not there yet. So just to make it fun for all the kids to play, we stick with addition, subtraction. We haven't included multiplication yet. And so this is Moby. You just basically create a grid of the numbers. Like I'll show you over here. You create a grid right here. of addition, subtraction, and stuff. And honestly, there are rules, but we tend to do what we want to do with our numbers. So sometimes we will say, yeah, you can, you can create backward, forward ones, or sometimes we'll say, no, you can't. So it's really up to you and your family and what you're comfortable doing, but it's very versatile. And I really like that about that. Then we have some wrap-ups here. If you're familiar with wrap-ups, I'm not too sure where they came from and stuff. I just got mine off of Amazon. And this is just for reviewing additions, facts. So you can go up to like whatever one you want to do, take your little string, and then you start right here, 6 plus whatever number, 6 plus 4 or 8 plus 4. You're just doing the addition for 4 right here. And then the child wraps it up to the right one. But just to check and make sure that they are doing it, so they're self-correcting, there are the answers at the back. So if you say 6 plus 4 is, let's say I say 8, and I check over here, no, that's not right, right? That's not going to give me the correct answer. And so, yeah. So like you start at the top, you can't just go through the middle. I made the mistake of doing that. But you start at the top and you say, okay, 3 plus 1 is 4. And then I can go on to the next one. So in order to get to the 6, I have to wrap around, and you can see how that's self-correcting. So 6 plus 1, let's say I say 6 plus 1 is 8. And then I have to go to my 10, and you can see that does not match up because that line is not there. So that's how these work. And I'm pretty sure they have subtraction, multiplication, and division of these two. But yeah. Some other games. This one's called Math Dice Junior by ThinkFun, thinkfun.com. And so I got most of my games off of Amazon and Target possibly. But this is how this one is. It's really nice, colorful dice. And you can play the game how you want to play the game, right? There's all these different ways of playing the game. And there's like this is your target die, and then you're gonna roll these, and then you've got to use the numbers that you've rolled to add, subtract to get to that target number. But me and my kids like to use it differently. We actually roll a target number, and then I'll say, okay, well here these 2 are yours, those 2 are yours. Show me 2 ways you can add up to get to 3. So they'll fiddle with them and be like, okay, well 2 plus 1, and if the other one gets funny with it, she'll be like, well 3 plus 0. So fun ways like that. You can cater it to whatever age you need to. You can make it more complex, you can make it less complex and easier. And so this has been fun to do just as a opening activity, morning activity, and or in the afternoon sometime, whenever. So that's those. Let's see. It's not okay. So I'm gonna go over these first, and then I'll show you guys these. This book right here is called Games for Math, and these are just fun ways of playing all these different games with really, really simple things. Like I'll tell you here, this is catering to grades 1, 2, and 3. All you need is graph paper, a pencil, and a playing die, and so. It's like how you play the game. And this just gives you lots of creative ideas of making these fun games for the kids. And you can pick whatever grade level you're in. Like this game has been a favorite for us. And I'm just going to show you guys how we play it. And it's called Grasshoppers for grades 1 and 2. And I started our morning basket. I put this in our morning basket a couple days ago. And so basically you have all these cards and you just toss them around the room, and you have the kids jump from each one. I made mine much smaller. They ask you to make it much larger, but you do what you need to do. So you jump from one spot to the other, so you go grasshopper, grasshopper. What's 4 times 4? And so the child has to jump to 16 and then pick up that card. So you can do all sorts of things with this. You can do addition, you can do subtraction, you can do multiplication, you can do division, you can do whatever you want. And I really like that. I love games that are so versatile that you can do everything with it or anything with it. Or you could take it down how much ever notches you need to for your younger children. So this has been a fun game for us. And we actually even started doing it with we have these dollar store cards that my girls have. And so the girls will be like, I'll put this around the room and be like, grasshopper, grasshopper, find me a card that adds up to 5. And so the girls go around and they find one that adds up to 5. There's several in here that can add up to 5, and so they do that. So you can just get really creative with these games, and I really like this book. It's been a really fun way to incorporate lots of games. Peggy K again, she writes. I think she has 2 other books about fun ways of using games to teach kids, and I'm all about that. This other book is called Miss Brain's Cool Math Games for Kids in Grades 1 through 3 by Kelly Pearson. It was recommended to me and I grabbed it. And so there's fun games in here like that have a deck of cards, some pennies. You could really just go through here and find whatever game takes your fancy or things that you want your children to practice. Another thing that we really like is this crypto game. This is a really old school game, and it's basically, so basically there are these cards, right? And there's 2 sets of 25 cards. And so basically you can use the cards to play the game how they want you to play it, which is, you deal cards and then 5 cards are dealt, and the game, you flip one, or sorry, wait, what? So I don't play the game this way. I play it a different way. But you can take whatever cards and add up to the number and get your card. So everybody has cards, right? And then in the middle deck there is a number that pops, like you flip the top deck and then you say, okay, everybody add up to 10. So you have to use your cards to add up to that number. I think add, subtract, multiply, divide, do what you need to do, kind of thing. I think that's how you play this game, but we played in different ways. There's some ways that I was taught like how to play it and stuff, and where you line up 25 and then the kids like add up 2 numbers to get to 25, or you pick out 2 numbers that add up to a certain number, so you can play that, right? But it's just a versatile deck of cards to have. I really like that deck. Let's see, okay, so I've been using multiplication. This is a very Waldorf way of creating multiplication, and I like this, and I'm sharing this because it's a very artistic way of doing multiplication, and I think people should know about it because these are just really fun ways of doing some math. And mine are obviously not perfect, not the right way to do it per se. This is just how I did it, right? So I ordered these little rounds of tree cuttings, and we just nailed some nails on there, and we created a multiplication, like you go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Right? So it creates a pattern. It creates different patterns for different numbers and different multiplication. And these are the 2 I wanted to share with you guys. And you can do this with any multiplication, take it up to like, I want to say 10, right? You can do it with all these different multiplications. And it's just a cool, like it's a really cool thing to just leave in your homeschool room or leave as a display somewhere that the kids can see and like enjoy it, right? So I really like that. Okay, so let me share this one with you guys. So this is the Tang Math, fun games. And there's like a couple of games in here. I got this kit. This is like K through 1. It's a home kit. I got it online. But I'll just share some of the games that it came with that we really like. So this one's called Numbscale. And basically you put your number, or you put your cards in a pattern like this. Right? And then you pick 2 numbers. You pick, let's say you say, give me cards that add up to 10. So you got to pick 2 numbers that add up to 10 and you take them. So like 7 and 3. Let's say I pick 7 and 3. So I take those 2 cards. Let's say I figure out, and then you replace them with 2 more. And so you just keep going until the deck is gone. And this is just a fun, nice way of doing some addition review and stuff with the kids. We also throw in, we saved our deck of cards in here because there's so much math you can do with this. The other one here is Matching Mania cards, where you, like, I'm going to show you guys one here. So these cards are like this, right? And there's just different ways of showing numbers, of like representing numbers. So there's this way, there's the math way, the verbal way, and then there's the fingers way. So the kids become very, very proficient in identifying what that number looks like. And I think that is really cool. So there's that. Then there's 2 other games in here. There's Tic-Tac-Toe Pro, where you get to put down numbers, and 3 numbers that add up to a certain number, you match them. Or there's this Tic-Tac-Toe Basic. We really like the card games that it came with because we enjoy those a lot. Especially my kindergartner. She loved this. So let's see if I covered everything. Yeah, that looks about it, guys. That was some of the math games that we've been playing, and I hope you enjoy them. And I hope this inspires you to go grab some math games and not make math like a boring, dull drill way of teaching. You know, throw in some games. It really helps the kids, really connect with the material and have fun while they're doing it. So there's that. But yeah, guys, this was my little math games video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you have any more questions, or you want me to specifically talk about any one specifically, I will do that. Put it in the comments. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye.